Good evening, all. I think I'm on time. There's always lots going on here. So I'll just give it a minute before I really get into it because I really want as many people to hear this one as possible. Well, I want everybody to get a message out of everything I share, but this one was pretty cool. And mainly because, when you go through some more, unplanned transformations, it's definitely something you want to share. So I don't always see if you guys are on. Show me give me a wave or something or an emoji so I know you're here. Post any questions if you have them. I've got lots of information. I don't want to geek out too much because I know that can kind of, it can be a bit much. But yeah, just let me know if you're here and I'll give it a second to let some other people join in. I don't know if you guys are, if this is a good time to pop in, but I kind of do what I can when my hubby's away. So you can actually see my camera. I do what I can. Court's upstairs doing his thing, and I thought this would be the best place because it's quiet and I usually get pretty good service. So anyway, so what I wanted to share was a really cool change that I noticed in my body, that I used an oil that I didn't really intend on getting the effects or the changes that I did when I started using it. I used it for a different purpose. So I don't know if you guys remember, whoever tunes into this, if you've watched my lymphatic video from, I think, February, March, the lymphatic system. And the picture that I posted, just to let you guys know I was going live soon, was a picture of a woman's body with all of the lymph nodes and lymphatic, the lymph vessels shown in the picture. Now, that is just gives you an idea of how intricate and how finite that lymphatic system is in our bodies. So bear with me here because we're talking about hormones. So if you have periods that are irregular, you've got, headaches or heavy flow or, any of those things that come, or like tender breasts, any of those kind of things. And for me, that was one thing I dealt with, a few months ago. I was like, wow, that's kind of nuts. So any of those kind of things that that women experience when we're going through our body changes. And me, I'm 42, and when I hear people talk about, you're premenopausal, those kind of things, it's like, okay. But one doctor I listened to said, menopause doesn't have to be a thing. It's a stage, it's our bodies changing, but it doesn't have to be dramatic and it doesn't have to be awful. And I thought, wow, well, that's cool because, I grew up hearing about it and I thought, well, that's just the way it is. It's not. So when I don't know, I'm going to show you the oil that I used. Bear with me. I need to use headphones because my speaker doesn't work quite well. This is what I used and this is what I was using. So, anybody get Aroma Life for free last month and not know what to do with it? This is going to be the video you want to watch, okay? This is what I was using in my last little, I use different oils at different times. So, the last flavor of the not day or month or year has been Endoflex to support my body. And I would just put Endoflex on my forearm, and then sometimes I would put it on my my ovary area, just in my lower belly, and then sometimes on the inside of my ankles. So prior to this, I was using Progessence Plus because I was experiencing randomly, prior to this, I was using geranium and a little bit of this. Morning, I was using geranium. Evening, I was using Endoflex. And prior to that, I was using geranium and Progessence Plus. I'd experienced hot flashes and more so the night sweats when I was like 35, 38, somewhere in there. I woke up drenched, not knowing what the hell happened. And then I realized what was going on. So it's like, okay, well, I need to start changing, what I'm doing, watch what I'm eating, those kind of things. So then when I'm almost out, like pretty much out of Endoflex. So it's on my ER to come. But I ended up changing it to get Ninja Red. And then I forgot to put the Endoflex back. So I'm still out of Endoflex. We got Aroma Life for free in June. I know that this is originally designed for heart health, circulatory support, also lymphatic support. I was like, well, that's great. You know what? Especially the current times, like there's a lot of things that people are concerned about, their immune system being one of them, which we should always be concerned about. We should always be concerned about our lymphatic system too, because that ties hand in hand to our immune system. If you look at that picture, if you scroll down after this video, if you didn't see the picture, look at it and check out all that lymphatic system, the lymph vessels, the nodes, everybody, I always thought they were just here when I was growing up. Oh, how's your lymph nodes? Oh yeah, it's swollen. Okay. Well, they're all over your body. When you think about the tender breast area, when you look at that picture, you can see all of the lymph nodes in that area, the underarm area. There's a huge amount. There's over 200 lymph nodes plus in certain or major areas. They're all over the body, as you can see. So that said, when you think about what happens when our lymphatic system, what it does, that lymph fluid flows through our body. It does not have a pump. It needs our body movement. It needs our breathing. It needs our muscles to move everything through our body, right? So, but that said, because it also works, it flows everywhere throughout the body, including the brain, which impacts the nervous system. And for anything to flow properly throughout your body, to support it the way it should, if your lymph fluid is not flowing, which transfers everything in and out of the cells and out in and around the cells, so everything has to flow in and out, right? And it transfers all the goodness. So it transfers nutrients, it transfers hormones, it transfers molecules, it transfers everything. So picture it just blocked. What's going to happen? Everything that it transfers throughout your body alongside it, because it meshes up with the circulatory system, so your blood flow, it works, it cleans all that. Its job is to clean out all the waste and the junk and extra proteins and deposit it into bloodstream and get it out. You got to sweat it out, right? So sweating is important. You guys that haven't changed over your deodorant, do it now. Do it now. I know it's going to suck for a little while, but if you think about, you're putting basically a plastic bag over your underarm and you take that plastic off and it's finally going to be like, oh, thank good, I got to get this crap out. And then, yeah, it's going to smell bad. That's going to happen, but you got to let it out, right? So if that's the case, you have to let all of those toxins out. That means sweating. It means breathing. It means your body movement, drinking your water, and not just plain water. If you have trouble drinking water, put sulfurzyme powder in your water, put the vitality drops in your water, doesn't really matter, but get it into your body. So if your body is not having your lymph fluid flowing through, you're not getting the hormone transfers, you're not getting the waste excretion, you're not getting the lymph that actually takes the extra proteins and the excess estrogen that our body produces and digesting it and getting rid of it, guess what happens? Women, modern times, most women are estrogen dominant, which means we have too much of it. And estrogen and progesterone have to work together in synergy, in balance. They depend upon each other to work well. So when I started using Aroma Life, I'm like, you know what? Circulatory system, the forearm's a great place, and also for heart health. I did scan for Aroma Life one time, so I thought, you know what? It's going to be with circulatory support. It's going to be for lymphatic support. I'm going to use it. So I did. I started, and I also put it on my heart. I just put a little bit, and I rub it in clockwise, and I put it on my forearms or my arms, and I just rub it together. I started doing this in July because it came in end of June, my order. So mid-July, I started doing this. Normally, what would happen if I didn't use my Endoflex, which I had lots of really great results, if I didn't use it, where I would normally see the difference and the imbalances in my hormones, I would get cramping in here and aching and pain in here. I would also get it in the kidney area. Well, what does the kidney do? Kidney breaks down proteins. Kidney filters. Now, I live a really clean lifestyle. We have treats once in a while, but I eat whole foods, good foods. I have treats. I have all the things. I'm active, all of those things. However, a lot of the things in our lymphatic system are also, we're inundated with no matter where we go. Think about the cleaning and everything else that's going on around us in stores, the environments, the cleaners, the air fresheners, the sanitizers. You know, you get your car cleaned, it smells new car smell. That's all toxic crap. You're breathing that in, it's absorbing into your body. So guess what? Your lymphatic system has to do the deal. So that said, when I started using this and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, and I also would get hormonal acne. And I do get a little bit right now, and I'm at kind of like a 2-week mark. I'm kind of mid, I believe, ovulation stage right now. So I'm getting a bit of hormonal acne here. Not nearly what I did before. So your lymphatic system and your hormones are like this. So for those people that are going through hormonal changes and, their body changes, before you do anything to say, well, I got to go on, if people overuse oral contraceptives, if people are doing hormone therapy or granular therapy to change what's going on in their bodies, before anybody does anything material, they should really start at base camp, which is you guys get the toxic soaps and lotions and perfumes out of your life. Because you know what? As much as you might like the smell, which do you like better? Not having hot flashes, not having night sweats, having a balanced period, non-heavy flow, on a regular schedule. Which is better? Which is better? Your body can only deal with so much. And in our modern world, and unfortunately, there's so much that's been approved. We've seen it with a lot of our Young Living educators talk about the standards that we have. In Canada, at least, it's better than most places. The US is absolutely horrendous. The European Union is like top drawer. They ban most of the stuff that the FDA approves. So when you look at what Young Living provides us, Aromalife is helichrysum, ylang ylang, and cypress. They're all known to support, like helichrysum by itself, absolute rock star. Absolute. Not only is it for, we call it Band-Aid oil, to support healing in cuts and wounds and stuff like that. We use it on ourselves, our horses, but it's actually used for some serious tissue repair and some serious lymphatic support. Cypress, commonly known for circulatory support. When our lymphatic system is clogged, all that junk is sitting in there. You're not absorbing nutrients, you're not absorbing enzymes, the molecules aren't doing what they need to do with anything that you provide your body to support it. And that waste is just sitting there and it's getting absorbed into the tissues. So if you think about, if you've led a lifestyle up until now and you're making changes, good for you. Good for you. Celebrate that. We're talking laundry soap, dish soap. We're talking body sprays, perfume, makeup, shampoo, conditioner, a fabric softener, all of those things. If you think about them and you have them on a list, I highly recommend you check them off and swap them out. You know what? I would love for them to be Young Living because I trust them. But if you find something else that's natural or something very basic, do it. Do it for the love of all things and your body. Do it. Because this alone, what it changed in my body, and I was using it for lymphatic support, as well as knowing what's going on in our current environment. When you're out and about, you don't know. So keeping a good flow in the lymphatic system, top notch. So when I was using it for that, but inadvertently, and I started to do some digging and some research, I'm like, shut the front door. My hormones, the comfort that I've had, the balance that I've had in the transition from every 2 weeks, amazing. Amazing. So never discount an oil you get for free on Essential Wars or through the promos with Young Living. This is a $62 bottle, $62, worth every ounce. And especially because I never would have thought of this one for hormone support, excuse me. So it's for heart health, cardiovascular, lymphatic, tissue, you name it. And 3 magical oils in it. Phenomenal, right? And ylang ylang helps balance your hormones as well. Good for an uplifted self-esteem. Sorry, I kind of got sidetracked. I want to smell it, but it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. So my kind of top 3 things I would suggest is, number 1, if you haven't got your toxins out do it. You don't, if you can afford to do it, like you could do the Thieves Essential Rewards Kit and get a lot of that junk out. And it's like $138. And you get, like, you can turn the laundry soap into 3, you can turn the dish soap into 3, you get the oil, you get the fruit and veggie wash, like you get it all. That's a pretty good deal. If not, take one thing and swap it out every month. And you think about what you're going to save, ultimately, it's huge. Don't even think so much about the dollar value per se. You think about your body. You are the only one that's going to look after you. I'm going to share everything I can to support you, but that's something you need to do. You need to think about what you're putting on your body, what you're putting in your body. Our foods have, and the plastics that we're inundated with, have so many xenoestrogens or xenoestrogens that it's causing us, a huge estrogen dominance in our bodies. So there's so many foods. Eat as clean as you possibly can. Don't be a prisoner to your diet. Give yourself the goodness that you need. Give yourself the treats that you really enjoy. There's lots of ways. My Whole Food Life is a really good website for treats that are, oh my gosh, so good and so easy and all raw foods. Do that and move your body. Deep breathing, yoga, walking. You don't have to jog. You don't have to work out at the gym, because I am not a gym fan. I soured myself on the gym. So that is what I wanted to share with you. I mean, we have so many amazing products just day to day. But when you learn about the power of basically these little things, and a lot of the information that I've learned is from, I got this, I had some notes here I wanted to share with you. The name of the naturopath. Her name is Ginger Nash. She's a naturopathic doctor. And she talked about these, and it's pretty amazing. When you think about all the things that we really can do, it really is truly amazing and simple for us to be able to transition out a lot of the products that we use. Just remove the obstacles. And you know what? Unfortunately, the products that we use that aren't good for us are the obstacles. So when you think about your hormones and you're tired of being unbalanced, then I promise you those little changes that you're going to make are going to make a huge difference. So this was what I was using. I ran out, got Aroma Life for free and went for it. And you know what? Just pay attention quite often. I did get complacent for a while. The promos that Young Living gives are very timed and intentional when they provide them. So my reason for using Aroma Life was for my lymphatic system, to support myself when I'm going out, and turned out to be an amazing double whammy for the good. So anyways, if you have questions, let me know. Message me. If you're not sure where to start, that's what I'm here for. You need nutrition support. You need, just kind of a companion to work through that with you. This is going to be one of the programs that I'm going to start doing. And I'm also going to start a 30-day, probably 60-day actually, another 60-day hormonal transformation using some of these protocols. So I'm going to put together some diet recommendations, some other little things, and we're going to do another one. This is going to be hormone, and so stay tuned. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Just send me a message that you'd be interested, and then once I get it up and running, I will let you guys know, and we'll hit the ground running with a new hormone transformation, not just a Ningxia Red transformation. So love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. If you watched it after, put replay so I can jump on and make sure I don't miss any questions if there is. And yeah, so have a good one. We'll talk soon.